Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are finally taking a look at the Ghost Rider Marvel Legends with the motorcycle. Very cool packaging. You get the bike in the front, awesome Ghost Rider logo. There's nothing on the top. You do get some pretty cool artwork here of Ghost Rider on the side, and it's the same on both. On the back we get a very cool looking product shot with him with the chain, with the flames coming out, the bike. You get some pictures of the bike over here in the corner. We have the read up here. Johnny Blaze fires up his iconic motorcycle and hits the pavement as the streetwise hothead Ghost Rider. And on the bottom, of course, you do have the UPC code. Whoops. You do have the UPC code there, so you can check with your local retailers to see if they have it in stock. But enough about that. Let's get this open and take a look at Ghost Rider. And here we have Ghost Rider out of the packaging, and this is awesome. I didn't know really what to expect with this bike, but let me tell you, once you actually get it in hand and you're messing around with it, it is just too cool. There's some subtle complaints that I have just from what I've messed with it so far on the flame effects. I'll go into detail when we look at the bike, but I couldn't be happier with this as it sits now. Once you get over the problems that I'm going to mention with the flame effects, it's just, this is an awesome piece and definitely a worthy addition to any Marvel Legends collection. I think it is someone like Ghost Rider. The bike is almost as iconic as the character, so that is awesome that they gave this to us. So thank you, Hasbro. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get a closer look first at the motorcycle and the chain, and then we're going to get a closer look and do a little comparison to the original Johnny Blaze / Ghost Rider that was released. I believe it was the Rhino Wave, and then we'll take a look at this one. And before you do anything with the bike, you do want to, of course, get the handlebars attached here. So we have this little port here up at the top, and you can see you got those teeth right there, and all you got to do is line it up, and we got one side. There we go. Boom. You're ported in, and there you go. Now you're ready to go. Let's go ahead and get a closer look now. So before we get into the bike, I do want to just check out the chain here. And they did a really cool effect there with that translucent orange going through the one handle. You get the flame effects. And then where it merges, you actually do have a bit of transition into the silver. So it actually does well where it's not an abrupt change. And then the rest of the chain looks fine, looks like a chain. But yeah, those flame effects are definitely very cool that they did on the chain. So yeah, awesome. Now looking at the bike itself, I had mentioned that I had a few gripes. Let me get this out of the way first. This bike looks awesome. The detail that they put in there, yeah, you could have done some more detailing, maybe some dry brushing around the engine, make it look a little bit more worn. But the sculpt on the bike looks very cool. And I love we get the Ghost Rider front emblem, and that is actually removable. I'm sure this is going to be the civilian Wolverine motorcycle. I haven't even looked at the pictures, but yeah, that Ghost Rider emblem looks cool. You get the translucent plastic for the eyes, and it just pops on. That piece goes over the headlight, and then these guys go right onto the forks there on the front. Now, I had mentioned that I had the gripes, though, so my big concern, these flame effects are held on with plugs. So like this one, you have a big plug here, little plug there, and it's probably going to be hard to see on here. Let's see. You have the plug. Nope. You have these ports, and you can kind of see them. There we go. You can see them in the light now. So those ports are what goes into, in this case, on the fork. And be gentle. Yeah, be gentle. When I was putting them on, I was very supportive of the inside of this piece because you don't want to push and prod at that. But, you know, getting a closer look here at the wheels, very cool, like they're on fire. The engine, again, very well sculpted. The screws, you know, yeah, that's kind of ugly, but, oh, you know, oh well. The other side, obviously, you don't have the screws. We can take the flame effects, and again, we have the ports right there, and it doesn't port so much, but you can see it slides right around this piece, and then it just grabs on, and it does insert. You do have that insert that does go into the exhaust, so it does kind of grab on. It's not too bad. You only got the one port there. And then same thing, we'll take this one off, and it slides out. And then this peg, you can even see the peg through it right there. Let's see, does that one come off? Ooh, that one might not come off. You know what? I'm not going to try it. It feels like it does not come off, so I don't even want to try that. But you do have essentially the naked bike there. The detail, though, like I said, very cool. The speedometer actually has, let's see, how many miles are on the Ghost Rider bike? What is that? 38,378. So that's how many miles he has, and he looks like he's going, what, 110? About 105 miles an hour. So, yeah, pretty fast. Would have been cool if the mirror had some sort of effect on it. Yeah, I don't know, even just like a little piece of foil. But that's otherwise sculpted really well, and you do get, of course, it does turn, yes. There's also down here at the bottom a kickstand, so that way it doesn't have to flop around. So they were nice enough to actually give you the ability to have it sit up. And yeah, pegs look fine. And the paint job on the bike, the fact that you got a lot of the details there, you know, the red light on the headlights, and they actually, even though you won't see this headlight, it is a translucent plastic that's used to make it look more like an actual headlight. So that is definitely really cool. So like I said, just be careful putting the flame effects on, which, by the way, the flame effects, very cool looking. I mean, very well done. These are the ones that go on the tailpipe. So I love the paint on these. They look great. You got that fade from the yellow to the orange. And yeah, those flame effects definitely came out very good. And the flame effects are consistent throughout. That's the thing that I like as well, that you know, the flame effects maintain, and then even as we go into Ghost Rider's head. So, but that's enough about the bike. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ghost Rider. All right, looking up close here at Ghost Rider, something really cool that I didn't even notice until I turned on my my light here. He's got red eyes. That's awesome to simulate the glowing back there. That is really cool. But so we've seen this head sculpt before. It's the same Ghost Rider head sculpt from the Rhino Wave, but I love it because they made the paint look like bone. I think that is just way too cool. And again, the flame effects are painted more closely to resemble the effects on the bike. So really neat there. To give you a quick comparison, you can see that Ghost Rider was more of a, I don't know, I mean, it's not really a bone white, and the flames are definitely a different color. But you know, still menacing looking. But I love the fact that we actually get the bone color. And of course, you do have an articulated jaw, so that is cool. You can have a screaming pose or not a screaming pose. The spine, I love. You can see his spine sticking out there from the flames coming out of the collar. As far as the rest of the figure goes, you know, the sculpt work, I believe this is the same as the Spider Noir, which technically Spider Noir is the same as that guy. But yeah, you just got the blue paint instead of the gray paint from that original Ghost Rider figure. Same belt. This one, though, is a little bit more blue as well. And yeah, not a whole lot of crazy stuff going on. So you just have some line work there. And you got a little bit of, yeah, let's see, this side. Not bad. So really, that's all the paint that you have is this line work, the paint, of course, on the head, and then the sculpt, which looks fine. It's a sculpt that we've seen before, but yeah, I can't get over that head. I love, love, love the bone paint work on there. And real quick with the scale on Ghost Rider, he does come in at almost 6 3/4 if we're going all the way to the tip there of the flame. Real quick, looking at the articulation, I know we've seen it before, but why not? He can look down pretty far. He looks up decent, but his head does hit on that. Of course, he does have side to side, and he even has a little bit of the confused puppy look, as I call it. His arms do go up, but not quite so far. Of course, you do have rotation. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and he does have a hinge and swivel on the wrist. He does have an ab crunch that looks down actually really far, looks up pretty far too. Has a waist rotation, legs that come out about that far, kick forward, actually pretty far, kick back, pretty good. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and nope, no boot cut. So he does have, though, the articulation in the ankles, including ankle pivot. And just for one more quick comparison, here is the new Ghost Rider next to the Rhino Wave Ghost Rider. And again, everything is the same. You just have a darker tone for the overall suit. You have the light gray striping there, and of course we do have the different paint applied to the head. And for those of you wondering how the old Ghost Rider would look with the bike, the big issue really is going to be the fact that this maintains the blue stripe on here that matches this guy, and the flames are going to be more closely matching to the new one as well. So not that you couldn't do it with him if you really wanted to, but I don't see why you would, considering the figure comes with the bike. You might as well make it match. And that about does it for this review, everyone. And yeah, this is definitely worth picking up, though. Again, I think it is awesome that we get one of the most iconic pieces, most iconic vehicles anyway, within the Marvel Universe, being Ghost Rider's motorcycle. I think that is just very cool of Hasbro to be releasing these. I think they were originally called Epic Riders back in the day. But I think that is very cool and very awesome that we are getting this. So big thank you to Hasbro, and definitely a very good looking piece for sure. And I can't wait to get the civilian Wolverine one as well. But anyway, guys, as I said, that is it for this review. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below. If you got any comments, leave those down below as well. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I do have the Black Widow bike. Maybe I'll get that done here shortly. But aside from that, I appreciate you watching this video. Make sure to hit subscribe for more content like this. And other than that, thank you and have a great day.